Welcome back to Ulysses Reviews, and today I'm going to review the 2005 King Kong film in hype of the new film coming out, Kong Skull Island. So, I wanted to get the old school one out of the way. I should have done the 1933 one as well, but we'll do that another time. Here it is, the King Kong movie of 2005. It was directed by Peter Jackson, and it starred Naomi Watts, Adrien Brody, and Jack Black as their own respective characters. Now, in the film, you get straight into the plot of one of our main actress of Naomi Watts, who plays Anna Darrow, and she works at a theater and is pretty much like a small-time theater person and hangs out with her mentor. And she is hit with news quickly that her theatre is closing down because they can't afford to keep it open because at the time they're going through a depression, so there's not much money in the economy. Jack Black's character, however, is on the move of making a new film, and as Carl Denham, and he is trying to convince these people from a movie company to give him more money to do some shooting on an island. They don't really like the idea because it sounds like to them a waste of money, and they just tell him, nah, we don't want you. And he then is able to somehow pull through and get everyone on the boat. And during that, he convinces Ann Darrow to come on the boat with him and star in his film. So, and instead, or go into Singapore, as he likes to call it, they go into this island called Skull Island to film because of all this cool things, the film and all that, and yeah, that was about it. And in the film, Ann Darrow is soon taken by King Kong as a sacrifice to Kong, and you find out that he's the king of the island pretty much, and that he pretty much demands all the respect because he's one of the oldest on the island, and yeah. He's a very big monkey, and it's a big old film about trying to capture this monkey at a little bit of trying to save Ann Darrow. So, let's talk about the crux of the film. Now, this film is primarily made in CGI, which is pretty damn good at times. It can look a little bit bad at times as well. Some of the dinosaurs I felt were badly designed with just colors and just designing. Like, I felt like you could have made a way cooler dinosaur for the film, but that's okay. Sometimes you're not gonna get everything right, but a lot of things they did do CGI design, such as Kong, was excellent. His design was awesome, showing all the scars on him and all the fur on him. He really portrayed a silverback gorilla. Even his movements are really well down pat to a silverback gorilla as well. So props to them. Kudos to them, pretty much, for getting that right. Another great thing about the movie is the fact that Naomi Watts' character is just really good at portraying emotion and just being able to interact with this big CGI creature. And you just feel like that's got to take some skills, and she is able to, instead of being like the rest of the sacrifices, she's able to, relate to, keep Kong entertained, and she's able to do something different and, somewhat entertain him and build more of a relationship with him, a bond, so to speak, with him. And yeah, and it's a great, exchange of, scenes where you just see them just hanging out with each other and just doing stuff. And it's really great at many times. The other characters we're going to talk about, Jack Black's character as, Carl Denham. He is a bit of the mix in this. I don't know whether to like him or not. And that's the problem. In the film, they don't really display him to be a villain. He's supposed to be this eccentric director. They kind of take him back with the old film and try and make him this eccentric director, and that he wants everything to be shot really well. but you don't get that. He's not as intense like that. Like he's in sometimes like he's just kind of a bit like in some scenes he's a bit blank expression. His eyes are always kind of seem to be a little bit buggy at times, just a little bit, not much. Just so you just kind of just know like he I just didn't feel he was a perfect choice for this role. I would have gone for someone a little bit much more older, someone who could have portrayed a director a little bit better. Like he was good for some of the scenes, but there was a lot of scenes that really he didn't really do good in. A lot of scenes he didn't really achieve that kind of purpose of being a director, and he just you just kind of felt like he was like the one left out actor. Like he was like kind of one who did the least amount of work. He didn't do that great of a job, and you think, you're boring, and you can't. He kind of holds on the cusp of the aspect of whether he's a villain or he's a good guy. And this film kind of does lack a villain. If you want to say the monkey is the villain, he's not. He's just rocked. He's pretty much a guy on the island that does not want anything to do with these humans except for Naomi Watts' character. So, why not make Jack Black your main villain? Why not have him turn when his film gets destroyed that he just changes everything, which he kind of does, but it's like there could have been a lot more sinister, a lot more crazier. Like you could have made him much more eviler, and that he was doing this all for money. And he wanted to be famous. He didn't want to go without the film and all that. They could have built up a lot better, anyways. But yeah, like I said. Brody's character is a bit of the same for the love interest for Naomi Watts, for Ando. He plays Jack Driscoll, the writer, and I liked him, and I didn't. Some scenes he's very bland and boring, and some scenes he's very interesting. There were a lot of great scenes, but like there are some scenes you think, oh come on, you could have picked it up a little bit there. You could have been a lot more interesting. He just seemed to portray a very boring character at times, and I just wanted less of that and more of the interesting character. Plus, you didn't hear much of him. He's just a writer, so yeah, that is a bit of a problem there. That they didn't give him much of a story. They gave more story to freaking Jack Black's character, and that he wanted to have all this fame and all that. But like, why not elaborate on the story of Jack Driscoll? So along that way, you get to see these characters sort of blossom, and Naomi Watts is definitely the best one out of a lot of them. The other supporting actors are really good, but they're just doing simple roles and just doing simple things. And some of them are trying to are given really good emotional scenes, but they don't deliver as good as they could have been delivering them. What else? The CGI, like I said, was good, but there are parts in it that are garbage. To note one scene. The stampede scene was absolutely garbage, full of CGI of Jack Black running through these, I think Camarasaurus or Brontosaurus running down this alley, and he's trying to get away from them, and you just see he just gets lost in the CGI of it all, and it's just like, it's just messy. And just seeing two different characters trying to run, and they're not running away from these things, but they're just kind of like running on this like things where you find out in the behind the scenes that they're running on treadmills. It just does look kind of like they're running on treadmills. Like, just simple stuff like that. Like, they could have just, like, you didn't need that scene anyways. You could have done something completely different, like, in a bit more an open scene, to be honest. Like, I don't know. It's just, I didn't like that scene. The other things I have to note is that just some aspects of the story are a bit like, are okay. Like, it is simple. Like, first it is just going to this island to shoot. Then it is later on to capture this monkey. To later on, the monkey in wherever they are. I think it's New York. And it just causes havoc. And then, and then it's just crazy, man. I don't know what else to say about it, really. Like, I was a bit it's a long film. It takes a while to watch. It is a long film. It takes a lot for attention span. The attention span it has to give you a lot of attention to it. Like, you have to be sitting there for 3 hours watching this film. And there are a lot of scenes that didn't need to be there. There are a lot of scenes that could have been just shorter, or they could have just replaced something a bit shorter and something a bit like more to the point. Instead, they dragged things on for a little bit, and it just didn't feel that it made too much more emotional weight to add it to the film. And probably the best part of the film is Naomi Watts and Kong like interacting at times. It was some of the best parts of the film, except for some of the ice skating thing parts. I just didn't like that as much. What else in my notes? No, that's about it. I've noted everything. Like, just the film just lacks a real villain. It lacks real. It has good tension at times in the end, but without a really good villain, you don't really know who to be, whether or not. And then especially when they do a last minute turn on Jack Black's character and make him try and turn into a good guy again, and deliver one of the most awful lines. And yeah, that was about it, guys. So I'm gonna give King Kong a 7.5 out of 10. It is an okay film. It is very well shot. It is very well worth your time to watch. It does take a while though to watch, so you have to give some time to watch it. It is a good film, but it also has lots of other things. It could have been a great film. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in to Wilster's Reviews. I hope you enjoy this review. I want you to stay tuned for more. If you like my videos, hit a like on them. If you want to see more content, subscribe for more and wait for more. And I will see you soon, guys. Thank you again. Bye.